Hey, thank you for tuning into this episode of the Rookery's Archives. Just a heads up before we start, a lot of this is going to sound a bit janky and a little bit out of date because I wrote this script months ago, but I've only just had time to put it together and edit it and post it. We're going through a little bit of a backlog, so the next couple of episodes will be ones that I'd planned for October and early November, even though it's December next week. But bear with me, this episode is still pretty good. Hello everybody and happy time zone all. My name is Louise, also known as the Nerdy Archer, and welcome back to the Rookery's Archives, your one-stop for Assassin's Creed community theories, creations and fanfic, with a little bit of historical appendices tacked on for good measure. So this wasn't really an episode topic I had in mind. Mirage is coming up, or is out now, depending on when I get around to editing and posting this. And I was instead trying to work out what I could mention about it that is both fun and a unique angle. But to be honest, I genuinely don't find Basim a character that I enjoy learning about in a full game. So that threw out pretty much all of the lore implications. So I stepped back and tried to go into the game as blind as possible. And then I saw an article, well, several articles actually, written about someone in the AC community who has managed to 100% every single Assassin's Creed game on Xbox. Every single achievement, including the DLC, and the multiplayer trophies. For those who don't know, this is a guy called Fatal Dark Prince, who I actually know as he's one of my fellow mods on the official AC Discord. And by pure coincidence, this is coming out during the time where I'm trying to do the final map clear up for the Assassin's Creed Valhalla Platinum trophy, which has me thinking, is there a trend in which trophies people like to earn or the ones they want to avoid? So at the end of August, I put a tweet up asking for people to tell me their favourite or least favourite trophies in any Assassin's Creed game. And just for curiosity's sake, if they also tried to go for the full completion or 100% the trophy list at the same time. Ironically, when I started working on this script and planning it to be posted, which was, let's put it this way, it was September 26th and 27th, which tells you how long this has been sat here. Powerpicks.com finally released a full list of trophies from Mirage's main game. I've linked it below if you want to have a look for yourself, but there are trophies with story spoilers, so if you still haven't played it, fair warning. But first, we're going to grab a couple of stats from this 100% list from Fatal Dark Prince. The total and amount of achievements that he's earned, 801. These are 801 unique trophies, as it looks like he has only completed individual games on one trophy list. So for those who don't know, with the PlayStation ones, you can earn certain games on two platforms. So I've got Mirage trophies on the PS4 and the PS5 versions, same with Valhalla, but you can also earn some of the Ezio games on 3 and 4, as well as, I think, Rogue is also 3 and 4. And then obviously you've also got the remastered versions of things like AC3 and Liberation, and then the Ezio games, but it doesn't look like he's done that. So excluding Mirage, this has a total of 15 games on it, which, when you do the averaging, comes to about 53.4 trophies per title. Now, this is just like adding everything up, getting the median number. It's not like I'm weighing certain games more or less depending on if they have DLC trophies. So obviously it doesn't account for the fact that Valhalla has a ton for DLC, while games like Liberation and AC1 have none at all. In this, I'm probably not accounting for so many other things, like if they have completed it on multiple platforms. Obviously this doesn't include Mirage, and like Mirage on multiple platforms. This isn't including the remasters, but like base stats, this is what we're working with. So another reason why I sort of got into this and sort of this topic came up is because I've really started getting invested in trophy hunting this year. Completely out of nowhere, I just became a really big hobby. And I've also set myself the challenge to play as much as my backlog as possible before September 2024. So if you're like familiar with the channel, you've been subscribed for a while, you've been seeing the new YouTube shorts that have been posted, that's why, basically. Contradictory perhaps, how do you balance an increased gaming experience with trying to finish everything and platinum multiple games at the same time? And the sheer admin that is entailing. We're a month in at the time of recording and making steady progress, but we're getting into some longer games now. Like, The Witcher 3 is on there. Let's put it this way, with The Witcher 3, I've only just defeated the Griffin at the very beginning of the game. I think I met Yen once, And this is my like 4th attempt at the game, and we're going to try and platinum it, so... Oh no, what am I doing? In fact, the original plan for this episode's opening was going to be an audio clip of me finally getting the platinum trophy for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which, because of a bugged world event, I don't think I can actually do without restarting all over again, which is fun. Totally not eye-twitching inducing, considering I've already put like 300 and odd hours into it. But yeah, I'm a handful of trophies away from finishing a fair few games as well, including Assassin's Creed 2, Liberation and Origins. At the moment, I've only platinumed 2 Assassin's Creed games, Syndicate and Odyssey, which my lowest completion level being the Chronicles game with only 1 or 2 trophies for each. But I do plan to go back and actually finish those sometime. It's just not a priority right at the moment. Also, why? Someone tell me why Assassin's Creed 1 doesn't have a trophy list on the PlayStation 3. There are achievements on every other versions, including like PC and Xbox, but none on the PlayStation. How does that make sense? Somebody please tell me. I don't know why. And actually reading through the Reddit thread of Fatal Dark Prince reporting that he'd done all these 100%ing, a lot of people were quite surprised by the fact that he managed to 100% Odyssey, purely because of the time sink it requires, and people being genuinely shocked by it. Now, as I said, I platinumed Odyssey. It was my 2nd ever platinum, behind Syndicate being the first one, but I actually didn't find it that bad. A lot of people complain about it. Less so now that I think Valhalla is out and has definitely taken that crown, but I really don't think it's that bad to do. Amusingly, my very last trophy before finishing the base game was to fully upgrade the Adrastium, and this one kind of confused me a little bit because the whole requirement says to kind of upgrade everything to legendary level, so it is the golden background, which is like the highest tier of the upgrade system. And I thought it meant to upgrade everything to full instead of just getting the first legendary gold background. So I was literally like 100 odd plus hours in because I'd been doing some of the DLC and all the side quest stuff and virtual photography. Did all that. New Game Plused it because it was taking me forever and I just wasn't getting that much income at that moment. But after completing literally the first meeting for Barnabas, I hadn't even left Kefalonia. I'd earned enough resources to do it, get the last upgrade and the trophy pops. Less than 2 hours into a New Game Plus playthrough. So honestly, if I'd been a little bit more patient, I could have done it, but it would have been a bit grindy, and hey, I get a slightly more interesting experience and try out New Game Plus. So, bit of an unfortunate way that happened, but I enjoyed it. To be honest, I probably spent longer trying to go for the Assassin's Creed 2 trophy of trying to get 10 kills without taking damage. Far longer than anything from Assassin's Creed Odyssey or anything for Valhalla. I can't say anything for Valhalla because that map clearing one gave me burnout. Right, now, the Hippodrome trophies in Origins and that canoe level in Liberation, screw those. They are both absolute pains in my arse. Okay, the second one isn't technically for a trophy, but I ended up having to get my brother to do that section for me, and I'm pretty sure he didn't get the collectible in that level, and it's the only collectible I'm missing for that trophy, and it's literally been 18 months since I got him to do it, and I've still not been able to get back and complete that bit, and it's annoying me to no end. So the collector trophy for Liberation, TBD. But that's something that I think comes across a lot in the trophy hunting and platinum collecting videos, is that everyone's experience with the games is a little bit different. Even though I've seen like so many people do Lego Lord of the Rings at this point, or I've seen people do Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2 now that's out, everyone seems to do things in a slightly different order, or they have like different experiences, they pick up on certain points, and they'll encounter different problems, and that's beautiful. Especially when it's something like Hades, where it is designed for how you're, like, some of the things are a little bit different. For instance, the first time that I got my first clean run on Hades. The very first time I played it, it was like my 50th run. I said if I didn't do it that one, I would put on God mode, which makes it slightly easier. Managed to do it, got back to the House of Hades, and Orpheus had started singing again. So this was like my 4th consecutive attempt in a row. I was tired, it was 3 a.m. I just burst in, it was one of those moments where I just burst into tears. And like, it's that like really special memory for me. Like, some of these trophies can be gorgeous, and the energy that you put into it, and just getting the reward at the end, and just having an emotional experience is kind of wonderful. But trying to bring this back to AC, like, one of my flatmates from university, I got them into Assassin's Creed, and there have been trophies that I've breezed past that they've struggled with, and vice versa, like the aforementioned AC2 trophy. While I haven't platinumed the game, it's the only trophy that I have left, and they have it, and they don't know how they did it, and I don't know how to do it, so we're kind of at an impasse. But like, I've completed trophies far quicker than them, and they've completed trophies far quicker than me, and we've given each other hints and tips, and or like waiting for people's certain reactions. It's been quite fun as well. But like, God bless whoever writes game guides for a living. MVPs. So I thought I'd give a quick shout out to some of my personal favourite trophies before we go into the list of the ones that everyone else said in the Twitter thread. These include Hungover from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is where you wake up in a haystack after drinking. No Ticket from Syndicate, kicking 50 enemies off of trains, purely just because this is a fun little mechanic-y thing that you have to get the enemy kill in the right way to be able to, for it to happen, and I really enjoyed that. Clowning around in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, beating up the 5 quote thirsty harlequins around the Rome map, and Bully, Assassin's Creed Revelations, find and beat up Duccio, because who doesn't like teaching Duccio what happens with consequences for his actions? Screw Duccio. Meanwhile, I do actually have some like really nice trophies in here that are a bit more difficult, purely just because of the challenge they gave me. So a few of the like 100% requirement trophies, I only have 2, like for Unity and Syndicate at the moment, which honestly, shocker, it's totally not on brand for me, is it? But trying to get the ones in Brotherhood and Black Flag, it giving me a new appreciation for the skills that they must have had, especially if you consider that the full sync requirements is how these assassins and Templar, in the case of Shay Cormac, did things historically, or like Connor not getting hit during, oh god, what's the name of the city that gets sieged and he runs through while it's under bombardment? But you know the one I mean. That one, not getting hit, or not getting detected, or Edward pickpocketing Templars while they're initiating him before he knows about everything going on, and he's impersonating Duncan Walpole, and the audacity. Or the Iron Curtain achievement in Revelations, completing a perfect den defense without the cannons. Now, I rely a lot on the cannons when I do the den defense, so I don't have this one yet, but so it's forcing me to try out different tactics, and it's a challenge, and I'm enjoying this gradually. At the beginning, it's frustrating. Now, this is just one person's perspective on the entire issue, and I say issue because even just sitting in on like casual streams from trophy hunters like Maya Hairbear and Nick AR, they're 2 big trophy YouTubers. I've seen a wide perspective of just what people think of certain trophy lists from the franchise, particularly like as Maya Hairbear, I keep saying Major, Maya Hairbear has started doing Mirage, and people were not particularly nice when I said I was platinuming Valhalla. Well, I say they weren't very nice. They were like, why are you doing this to yourself? Why? We trophy hunt, but even I wouldn't bother doing that, especially after my save corrupted, which is why it's at 300 plus hours. So this is where the Twitter thread comes in and people's different responses. So this video is like 2 months later than I originally planned, so we're now adding in the fact that I platinum Mirage in under 48 hours. which people think is absolutely wild. Yes, it was, but the game was also very, very short and like a very nice trophy list. We'll go into more detail on that in a bit, but the fact that I managed to do it within 48 hours after receiving early access from Ubisoft through the Star Player program, thank you Ubisoft, and the fact that I did it again in November. But let's have a quick look over that Twitter post response list. So like I said, I asked people their favourite and least favourite trophies, and if people go for the coveted 100% completion. I deliberately didn't specify what I meant by favourite or least favourite, as it's like a personal quantifier that means something different to everybody. Is an achievement your favourite because it's a funny title, or because of the sense of accomplishment you got for finally earning it after the hundreds of hours it took you to get it? What I'm taking away, even from a quick glance at like the 10 or so responses I got, people absolutely dislike the multiplayer trophies, which honestly, understandable. I'm trying to go through the ones for Unity at the moment, and they're just a pain in my butt. Even with the servers at the time of recording still being active, it can be tricky to try and find people to complete some of the missions. That is, if you can connect and get around the technical problems and the long waiting times in the first place, which for Unity is a pain. Like, it's just constant at this point. And then the Black Flag multiplayer trophies are long. The one for using every single weapon, playing every single game mode, level 55. I'm not looking forward to trying earning that, I'm going to be completely honest with you. But at least the level 55 one can be done solo, or like boosted solo. Side note, if there are any PlayStation gamers out there who want to try and earn the co-op trophies, let me know. I really want to try and grab these before the server shut down, which I have a feeling, like, nothing's confirmed at the moment, but I have a feeling that, like, Unity is 10 next year. Oh my god, Unity is 10. And I have a feeling that the server's not going to last much longer, like Black Flag is 10 now. I would try and grab them, but most of the people that I play with are PC, and I don't PC game, I PS4 and PS5. So let me know in the comments, or comment on my social media, or, you know, Discord, and we'll sort something out. I might host like an event at some point, but, you know, keep an eye on the socials. So yeah, just like the complete variety of trophies that are here on the responses for the people's favourites. For instance, at Amanium Nirogub, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, their favourite is Stink Eye in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is where you have to find the goat that has the Cyclops' eye up its butt somewhere on Kefalonia, which honestly, yeah, completely understandable. That made me laugh a lot. And like Fly Swatter in AC2 from Cameron Kaywood, which is kicking a guard with the flying machine during that mission. They have 6 platinums, so they're far more advanced than me. Well done, sir. Michael at the Lord Rayless, favourite is clearing the map achievements. Even Valhalla, I might disagree with you there. Serverland's Flowers, favourite plumber in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which I think off the top of my head is one of the tunnel missions. Not tunnel, vault missions. Least favourite, What Is Wrong With You in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is flipping 10 carriages by killing the horse, which, yeah, that one made me laugh purely because of the fact of the title is in all caps. The game is judging you, and it's judging you hard for that. Adam Price at Adam Aircraft. Favourite is the Cult of Mass, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah, that was cool. That one I really liked because just because of how broad it was and how much time you had to sink in. And I'm bad at naval combat, so the naval one took me forever. Favourite, Devil of the Caribbean, which I think is 100% completion in Black Flag, from Chris from Scholars of the Creed at subject_72. Someone mentioned Encyclopedia of the Common Man from 3, which I dislike. The Lost Archives in AC Revelations, the one for completing the sequence without falling. They didn't like those. Yeah, completely understandable. They were difficult, and I don't think I've got either of those yet. But yeah, completely understandable with those. Viral Undead, favourite Blade in the Crowd and Assassin's Creed 1. Something as a PlayStation gamer I can't get, but appreciate it. Least Il Principe in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which I think it's either 100% completion or it's the platinum. just off the top of my head. Il Principe, of course, being The Prince, Machiavelli's famous work. Oh, okay, this one made me laugh and completely kind of solidifies why I think it's interesting that we look at individual people and like why it's such a subjective experience. So I asked first what people's favourite / least favourite then least favourite trophy is. So we've got Siva who said they didn't like What Is Wrong With You, but then further down the list, Andrew from Vision of the Past, What Is Wrong With You from Syndicate is one of my favourite ones. Least favourite anything multiplayer, most notably Abstergo Employee of the Month. Now, like I said, I really enjoyed What Is Wrong With You, just because it was funny. Please don't come for me, Peter. But yeah, like, everything is subjective. You might like something that someone else doesn't like. And although a lot of people are saying they dislike the multiplayer trophies, and a lot of people are saying even though they go for 100%, and there are a couple of actual trophy hunters in my description, but including at Splintercal, you know, some of them aren't particularly fun. I'm looking at you, every single chest in Paris. The amount of lockpicks I have destroyed trying to earn that one. Infuriating. So that was all done before Mirage actually released, so now let's have a quick look over the actual Mirage trophy list. Some of the stuff here that I wrote before the game released when PowerPix put the original list up, but some of it had some kind of interesting like critical thinking, so I've kept it in, and I'll just read it out and then let you know when we're going to the new funky bit, reflection. So here we've got a lot of standard ones, usually bronze or silver, which rework or reintroduce typical elements from previous AC games. Synchronizing all sync points is back. I haven't seen that one included for a few games. Then we also have fully upgrading a weapon and another for fully upgrading an outfit. Assassinate 10 enemies from hiding spots. Pretty simple. Here's a fun one from the Ezio games list. Hide 5 bodies in a haystack or a bale of hay. Riddle me this. Obtain a treasure using an enigma. I think at this point it is rather standard for the franchise to include at least one for like secret loot hidden in the map somewhere. Whether it's the music boxes in Syndicate, the Nostradamus enigmas in Unity, or finding 5 treasure hoards in Valhalla. They seem like there's a bit of variety of what that entails. Sometimes that's collecting all of them, sometimes that's a few, or in case of Mirage, it looks like we're only just doing one. The Explores All Territories has me wondering if there is some slight padding here. Is this going to be more like Odysseys where we just have to visit every single location, an island? Or is it like Valhalla's exhausting trophy for removing every single icon from the map, every collectible, side quest, sync point? Oh lord. One of those ideas is definitely a lot easier to complete than the other, and 3 guesses which one you think I believe that to be. Mirage's main story has been estimated to take around 30 hours, which is significantly shorter than most of the recent AC games, especially Valhalla. Oh my goodness. So I guess it makes sense to have a slightly easier set of achievements. Okay, cool. You still with me? Excellent. So now we're going to go back and have a look at this in a reflection period, because like you said, I've platinumed this game twice. It's almost December and the game has been out for about 8 weeks. So I was right in that the trophies were being somewhat easy, even more so after struggling with Valhalla for so long. Like 3 years on and I'm still claiming the England map, but after 20 hours of gameplay in Mirage in Baghdad, I've got a cleared map, all collectibles, and the main story completed. It was completely unexpected that I would earn them all so quickly. Like I had a full video about the journey and like the platinum trophy hunting collection, but there were so many trophies I earned almost accidentally just by trying something new or engaging with the mechanics of the game in a slightly different route. The pickpocketing someone while they're affected by the blow darts was something I hadn't even intended to earn. But if you try it on the NPCs around the map who carry the mysterious shards, easy, takes 2 minutes. You just need the blow dart, pickpocket them. Maybe a smoke bomb if they've got guards, and hey presto, you have it. This almost felt too easy in a way. The only difficult ones I could see would be maybe one of the enigmas if you didn't have a guide like me, cleaning the entire map, and the 2 achievements dedicated to staying in conflict and maintaining max notoriety for 10 minutes each. But those can be alleviated by guides, which no, I didn't actually have, and or picking the right moment for the timed ones. So for the 2 10-minute ones, I know that people have been able to do it with like a snake in the wilderness in like the southwest area of the map. But the way that I did it was escaping the round city during the final assassination of the game. If you just find 1 or 2 guards on their own and just dance around them for 10 minutes, easy, you can stack them. Didn't actually realise before I went in was just how many of the trophies and achievements were actually an homage to like Prince of Persia and the original Assassin's Creed game in 2007. Like the trophy for having 2007 coins, year of release for the first AC game, stay in conflict for 10 consecutive minutes, an achievement in the original one too. But I wasn't getting lost trying to find the secret 7th book for Al-Yahiz. I was really enjoying myself with this list. It gave me enough time to explore all of the mechanics on offer, inviting players to try something different, even if it's for 10 minutes or so. Like, the noisemakers didn't really work for my playstyle, but I did enjoy, like, testing them out. It's really flexible in what you can do, which is a really good trophy list for my opinion. It's like you can challenge your players if you want, but I think the really good video essay on difficulty in video games by Rasputin talks about this a lot more. I think Assassin's Creed video games doesn't need difficulty related trophies. Mirage's list goes to show the excellence a balance between story mechanics and player interaction can have on earning a trophy that feels kind of rewarding. I would have liked a bit more of a challenge in some places, but for like a quick like 28-30 hour game, this was perfect. And it feels like they have definitely listened to people on what they want, especially in the aftermath of what people have said about kind of burnout and what people think about the Assassin's Creed Valhalla trophy list. And I still really don't like Basim as a character, but I did enjoy some of the story beats, even if my theories were wrong. Shout out to Declan from Let's Talk AC, who is literally the only person I think I've seen who actually guessly corrected the twist. But this episode has been entirely chaotic and months in the making, so thank you for being patient with that. And I had more planned for this, but with a new job taking up literally all of my free time, this took a backseat. But we got it published, so that's the main thing. Yay. We love content. But I am planning to have the podcast be a more regular thing with guests. So if there's anything you would like to see me cover or a guest you want to listen to have me have a chat with, let me know. If you want to hop on, please do get in touch. We've got some interesting topics coming up, including the full Mirage Thoughts deep dive, as well as one looking at masculinity and the depiction of male characters in the franchise, as well as some funky little ideas I haven't yet finished researching for. But that's all we have time for today here at the Rookery's Archives. Thank you so much for making the trek over, even as the weather and the dark nights roll in. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.